Would you please give us your full name and DOC number?
It's Darryl Davis, 568189.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Let me explain our procedure to you. This is a parole revocation hearing. I'm going to cover your parole revocation questionnaire. Then I'm going to read the allegations against you that allege that you violated your parole. I'll ask you at that point to plead either not guilty with a statement, or guilty. Then we'll have a hearing. We'll have a hearing with you. Then we'll listen to anyone here who is wants to speak either against you or for you. You have two people present, I believe, on Zoom that will be speaking in your favor. Mr. Rayfield White III, who is a friend, and Danielle Davis, your sister, who will be speaking on your behalf. At the end, you'll have an opportunity to make a statement to the board, and then we'll vote. You understand what our process is?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the Louisiana Board of Parole Revocation Questionnaire in front of you?
Yes, sir, it's right here.
Is that your signature at the bottom, dated August the 15th of 2023?
Yes, sir.
When you fill that out, was that information all accurate and correct?
Yes, sir.
Is it still accurate and correct today?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to proceed with your hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to read you the violations, and I'm going to ask you how you plead. First violation is number 4. You engaged in criminal activity as evidenced by your arrest of June the 4th of 2023 by the St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office and charged with resisting an officer, manufacturing, distributing, and possession of a Schedule I controlled dangerous substance, possession of marijuana, obstruction of justice, aggravated assault upon a dating partner, and domestic abuse battery. A bill of information filed on July the 17th of 2023 in St. Charles Court under docket number 96585 charges you with resisting an officer, 2 counts, in possession of cannabinoids. The bill was amended to remove the possession of cannabinoid charge. Also, a second bill of information filed on July 17th of 2023 in St. Charles Court under docket number 96714, charging you with domestic abuse battery with child endangerment. This bill was amended in open court, reducing the charge to simple batteries. On 7/17, you appeared in court and entered a plea of guilty to docket number 6585 and the charges of resisting an officer, 2 counts. You were sentenced to 44 days in parish prison and credit for time served to run concurrently with docket number 96714. On July 17th of 2023, you appeared in court and entered a plea of guilty to docket 96714 and the charge of simple battery. You were sentenced to serve 6 months in the parish prison, which was suspended and placed on 12 months misdemeanor probation to be supervised by the district attorney's office. In addition to the general conditions of supervision, you were given the following special conditions: complete 64 hours of community service work, complete a substance abuse evaluation, and follow any and all recommendations, and complete a court-appointed DBOP program under the Duluth model. All other charges have been refused. How do you plead to those allegations?
I pleaded guilty, sir.
And number 10, you failed to pay your supervision fees and have an arrearage in the amount of $882. How do you plead to that allegation?
I pleaded guilty, but can I have a statement with it?
Certainly, you can have a statement with both of those, sir.
Okay, now.
The case has been assigned to Ms. Wise. Ms. Pearl Wise will begin our questions of you. Please answer any questions she might have.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Davis, go ahead and give us your statement at this time.
Okay, so for the and what statement is this for? I'm sorry.
Whatever you want us to know.
Okay, now as far as for the sample battery in open court, I pleaded guilty for the sample battery because I was told that my charges would get reduced to the misdemeanor and my parole wouldn't get revoked. Actually, there wasn't no bodily harm towards my baby's mother. It only was verbal. I should have been a bigger guy and just walk away from the situation, but instead I kept going on and on with the argument. And knowing she was suffering from post-traumatic disorder, we just had a newborn baby. through this month of me being incarcerated, all that registered, and I'm pretty much thinking better now. I thought about it. I made a mistake. I should have just left from the situation and not verbally go back and forth with her. As far as the fees, as you can see, I was making pretty decent money while I was on the street. When she got pregnant with the baby, we all got depressed because my first job before I got the other one with the heavy equipment, I was en route to learn how to operate track hoes, excavators, bobcats, and stuff. But before I got that job, I was putting tile down, renovating swimming pools. We lost that one, and depression with the kicking in. We got $1,100 rent, car note, baby, all the depression with the kicking in, and stuff kind of went to go downhill. But far as me harming or hurting my babies, my baby mama, I love them dearly.
Yeah,
And
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was finished.
According to the report, you guys were arguing over $5, and there is in the report that you did hit her, and that you threatened to shoot up the house. What do you say to that?
I that's not guilty with that. I feel the matter was all out of anger and.
Say that? You didn't say I'm gonna come back and shoot the house up?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You didn't. Was the argument over $5?
I don't even condone over it being over $5.
What was the argument over?
Yeah, it was kind of a disagreement because, like I said, we was already arguing.
My question to you is the incident that you are in jail for. What was the argument about?
Well, it probably was the $5, and I just can't quite remember dearly, ma'am. But it probably was the $5. But
the next question: why is it? Were you using drugs during that time?
No, ma'am. I don't do any drugs. During the time when he got me with the cannabis, I had just got a bag and I had just tapped it at that time. But the job where I was working, they do drug tests and everything, and I'm on parole.
You said when they say it again about the cannabis, you said what now?
For the cannabis charge that I had that was dismissed, that was my only time even being around drugs. Like I don't do drugs, and that was as far as my depression. I was just trying to.
But the money is already tight, so you take some of your tight money and go buy cannabis.
Right, that was a mistake. That was a mistake I made, man. I fully admit to that. I made a mistake, and I really apologize.
And when I look at the record, when you got on April the 22nd, through the inmate welfare fund, the probation parole spent like $234.83 on you, helping you get clothes and things that supplies that you need. Is that correct? Well, the record shows. I just wanted to state that out loud.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Eva, I met her at Walmart, me and my baby's mother. She met me at Walmart and told me to get one of each what I need. That was my clothes to first start the job. Actually, Miss Eva helped me get the job with the swimming pool. It was a good friend of hers.
Great. So you had all the help that you needed.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, man.
So you had all the help that you needed. So tell me why you in jail.
For entertaining, going back verbally with my woman when I should have just been a bigger man and just left away from her. Cause I am and were the money man in the family, I should have just left and seized myself from the situation.
I get that. I'm gonna cut you off because you've already said that. What do you understand about the protective order? Is there a protective order in place?
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I have to talk to her through, like I have to get, if I want to see my baby, I have to get my sister, was supposed to be active on the Zoom today to go get my baby or get him to him. I can't be physically in contact with him.
And for how long does the protective order show? Do you know?
It was either June or July to next year. Do you know, Ms. Kim? Yes, ma'am. It was July 17th next year.
July 17th of 2024.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to make sure you know that. You need to make sure you know that. You do have a history of revocation. You were revoked in 2014, and then here you are, you got out, and here we are back again. What's it gonna take?
Ma'am, but this time here, when I got out in 2022, this was the best I could honestly say I ever done on my own. We had 3-bedroom, 2-bath trailer. We started our family. That's both our first kid, car.
I need you to tell me why you back in jail. What is it gonna take?
Really, this is not, it's gonna take for me to get back out and get back to work, really. But these 5 months, what it took, I learned a lot. I had time to sit down and gather my thoughts and all my mistakes. I even got this tablet right here. I jot everything down. So where I go back and look at it and see what I felt was my faults, where I look so I don't make them again. And I honestly want a happy family. Due to the restraining order, I have to pretty much, deal with that till it's over with. But I also want to be active in my son's life, which my father wasn't too active in my life.
And now let me mention this. You said somewhere that whatever this was, you said it was done out of anger. What did you mean by that? You remember saying that?
Oh yeah, I was speaking on the behalf of my baby's mother.
What was done out of anger?
Cause I guess she was so angry and mad at me at the point for verbally arguing back with her and behind the $5 situation that she wasn't thinking that and realizing by you saying what you said that it wasn't, you really can get me messed over. And since I've been incarcerated through third party, she regrets doing that. Cause she needs my help out there with the baby. Like my baby boy, he made 8 months on the 28th of this month.
Is this your first child?
Yes, ma'am.
And you do have to honor and respect your child's mother. That comes with it, being a good father.
Yes,
I just want to put that out there.
I understand.
That's all I have. I'm gonna sit back and listen, and I'll make my decision.
Okay, Mr. Freeman?
Let me ask you, and totally be honest with me. Did you hit her?
No, sir, I actually didn't hit her.
Why would your sister say you hit her?
Cause my sister, I mean, how them women is, they're gonna stick together. My sister honestly didn't like how we was fussing and cutting on a lot of commotion in front of her house.
So your sister lied to police?
Pretty much.
Okay, that's what I want to know. That's illegal too.
Pretty much.
That's all the questions I have.
Okay. Let's hear from your sister, Ms. Danielle Davis. Ms. Davis?
Hi,
Ms. Davis, would you introduce yourself, please, and tell us whatever you'd like us to know?
hi, I'm Danielle Davis, Darryl Davis' sister. And I was just on here just to give y'all a few information about, how he is with the family, what I know personally about my brother. I mean, as far as the situation with his baby mother and all that, I mean, they argue all the time. Every time they argue, they have their little disagreements or whatever. This time it just happened to be in front of my other sister house. What happened there, I don't know, but I do know they argue all the time. And far as my brother with me, we always 100%, he's good with everyone in the family. Just like, going back to what he said about women stick together, that's just the way my older sister is. Like I'm not saying she falsified any information or anything, but I'm just saying that, she don't like when none of that goes on in front of her house. You know, that's all I gotta say towards that.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we're here from Mr. Rayfield White.
Yes, sir.
White?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm here on a positive friend in his life. You know, I try to keep him on a straight and narrow path. We have several things going on with each other. We're starting up a business with each other, doing mobile detailing and everything. And the situation with his baby mother at his front of his sister's house, it was just a simple argument, misunderstanding. And when police got involved, they're just going to believe anything a woman says. In my situation, I have a 16-year-old daughter too. And me and my mothers haven't been together since 3 years old. So in any encounter with a police officer, they're going to believe any side of a woman. You know, they're just going to believe that. That's just my opinion on the situation that happened. I know he didn't physically touch her because that's not his character. He loves his baby mother dearly and his son. So that's all I have to say right now. If you have any questions, I would love to ask.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Mr. Davis, anything you'd like to say before the board votes?
I just want to say I love him dearly. I love my baby mama dearly, my family dearly, my son dearly. And I just hope God grant me while I get back to work.
Okay, thank you. Ready to vote?
Now, I recommend executive session to discuss confidential matters related to this case.
Okay.
Second.
There's been a vote, a motion and a second for executive session. Please call the roll. Yes.
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 There's been a motion and a second and a vote for executive session. We're going to be recessed momentarily to go in executive session to discuss matters of a confidential nature. We will resume shortly after our meeting. We're back in session. Is panel ready to vote?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Wise?
Mr. Davis, Mr. Davis, Mr. Davis, $5. You gotta respect women and know when to just back up. I'm back and forth. I really am back and forth. And with the report and the protective order and all that, it's kind of scary. So tell me this, if I take a chance on you, are you gonna let it blow up in my face?
No, ma'am, I promise I won't let you down.
Okay. My vote is to do not revoke and return you to supervision. The judge had ordered you to complete that DBOC program as a condition of your probation. We are adding that as a condition. I am adding that as a condition of your parole. Complete that program. So get that court paperwork. It's all that information is on there as to complete that program. It's about relationships. It's about, you know, what you can do, not what they're doing. It's what you can do, how you can control your behavior to stay out of jail. And I hope you take that seriously. And I'd like to see you do parenting classes.
Yes, ma'am. All that was in the stipulations. I'm sorry.
I'm voting right now. And like I said, remember now, I'm out on a limb. Don't let the limb fall. Best wishes to you, but I'm only one vote.
Mr. Freeman?
Mr. Davis, I agree with Ms. Wise. You do have a problem. You need to adhere to what the court said with your sister picking up the baby and you not going anywhere around your ex-wife. And complete those programs. You can go right there to New Orleans Day Reporting Center. They'll try and schedule them around your work so that you don't have to miss work. So I'm also going to order do not revoke with those special conditions.
Mr. Davis, you have two votes not to revoke you. My vote likewise is not to revoke you. However, we do want to caution you. You know, your sister who testified here today said, you know, y'all had a lot of arguing and fighting and everything else. And as Ms. Wise has pointed out, this DBOC program will help you, not necessarily help you with her, but it'll help you understand what you need to do to keep yourself out of trouble, to not get in any kind of danger. As your friend pointed out, somebody called the police and said, you beating on him, you're going to jail.
That's right.
You need to make sure you take yourself out of that situation when those kind of things arise. So we're not going to revoke you. We're going to return you to supervision. Special condition, you do the DBOP class and also take a parenting class. Okay, and also make sure that you abide by the supervision requirements of how you see your children.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Now, I don't know what the situation is with, I assume you're going to be on probation when you get out on your court charges. I'm not sure how that works, but the DBOP program, you only need to do it once. You either do it through the court or through your supervisor. You'll get that straight.
Okay.
Okay, so good luck to you, sir.
Okay, one more question, sir.
Sure.
Will I be released today?
I don't know the answer to that. How soon do you think he would be released?
Yeah, as soon as we can.
As soon as we can.
Before the end of the week.
Yeah, but make sure you follow that protective order. That protective order is in place. Nothing we did today changes that.
Yes, ma'am.
He can call you, but you don't have to answer.
Who's signing?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you for accommodating us today.